lovelies, it's Saturday morning. Thank you for all the comments. Sorry, it was another long one last week. It'll probably be another long one this week, let's not pretend. Although, sorry, Lesley, not quite enough time, energy, patience, you know, the usual. No, seriously, thank you for all your comments and thoughts. It's always so lovely to hear from you, and I really appreciate you all being here because I know it's a busy time and there are lots of things to watch, so thank you. Saturday morning, I've already been shopping twice. Got loads of people here tomorrow, so I went to the supermarket early-ish and bought the groceries for that. I'm getting into that state. I don't know if it's just me who gets like this. If it is, please just don't call any doctors, it's fine. This time of year, I get a physical feeling of kind of excitement, but not in a positive way. So it's physically, it feels, you know, the tingles and the butterflies in the stomach and all of that. But it kind of goes with worries and those sorts of things rather than, oh, excitement. It's a weirdness, and there are other manifestations. So I was walking around the supermarket thinking, have we got enough of this? Have we got enough of that? Now that's partly a family thing. My mum was a great over caterer. The first time I took himself home for lunch with my parents, she cooked the lunch, and then there was a choice of 5 different desserts. Might even have been 6. So, well, I don't know what he likes. He likes everything, Mum, just, you know. And after the meal she'd served up, there wasn't a lot of room left for dessert, but... But, yeah, so it's a family thing that we do over-cater. So I was getting into this panic mode, and I tried to resist that. I try not to, because I don't like waste. I don't like excess. And then I'm sort of walking around the supermarket thinking, well, have we got enough? Because there's going to be 8 of us, so I need to make sure we've got this mission. No one's going to go hungry. No one ever goes hungry. I always say no one will ever go hungry in my house. They might be bored, but they won't go hungry. So it's that time of year. Talking of not going hungry, day 16 on my lovely confectionery advent from Megan. And we have jet planes, for obvious reasons, and they certainly are jet planes. Oh, these look good. I realised I'd sent Megan quite a few different sort of fruit gums and chewies, so I hope that's okay. Lovely. Looking forward to trying these. Thank you, Megan. And yarn. And this is, oh, we got some sparkle today. So this is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon and 5% stellina. 10 grams, and oh, that's pretty. What would you call that? A mocha? Somewhere between a coffee and a chocolate, so that would be a mocha to me, but with sparkle. Oh, Megan, that's pretty. Thank you so much. That's lovely. Oh, goodness me. And then from Barb, we have Biscot Yarns, Bis Sock, 8515 merino nylon, rainbow. She knows me so well. Oh, hello. Well, isn't that just fabulous? Oh, I'm very much looking forward to using that. And it feels gorgeous as well, being an 85% merino. So thank you, Barb. That is wonderful. Oh, goodness. So I've got a fair bit to do today, she said, sounding like she's from another part of the country. So I don't know quite why I went west then. Yeah, I've got a bit of work to do. Got preparation for tomorrow. Got some cleaning to do, got some sewing to do, something I'm finishing off for my dad, some alterations. So busy day lined up, and then tomorrow the clan will gather, hopefully. If the clan doesn't gather here, which is the plan at the moment, if anything happens and I mean, thinking principally if Dad feels he can't do the journey, because it's about an hour and a half, so at the moment he's planning on doing that, but if anything happens overnight or in the morning that he feels that that would not be a good idea, then I'll take all the food and go to them, and we'll all meet at my dad's place. But it means I won't take himself, because our little puppy gets motion sickness, so she can't really travel. So I'll have to leave himself here with the dog. You know, I'll bung him a couple of sausage rolls and a pork pie, he'll be all right. But hopefully all will be here and all will be well. So I'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks everyone. Hello lovelies, I'm in my kitchen because I had a conversation with my niece earlier in the week, and she said, well, you'll be doing the creme brulee, how about if I bring, I'll be, oh okay, then I'm doing the creme brulee. So I better make that, because you need to ideally make it the day before, put it in the fridge overnight, and then just crispen the top tomorrow. And also, as I'm in the kitchen, I'm going to make the lolly cake that Megan sent me the lollies for, and the recipe. So I'm going to make that so the family can try it tomorrow. Cheers. Now I modify recipes the same way I modify knitting patterns, and apologies, the washing machine's going in the background, so sorry for the noise. As you can see by this picture, the cake is rolled in desiccated coconut, but one of the family members really doesn't like coconut, so I will be missing that part. Looking forward to trying the rest of it. And of course I could do this with a food processor. This is much more satisfying. I could put them in a bag and roll the pin over the bag, but this satisfies my want of violence. Hello lovelies. I'm in a slightly different position because we've got people coming today. Normally we just have like a refectory table as our dining table in here, but I do have a spare, which is a gate leg table which folds down quite small, that sits behind the door normally. But because there are a lot of us today, I've got the other table out, so everything's slightly shifted. Now I was saying yesterday about the compulsion to over-cater, and I have an example of that from this very morn, from about half an hour ago. So the family are all coming. They said they wanted a kind of buffet, so I'm doing some soup because I didn't know, you know, what the temperature would be like if we wanted something warming. So I've made a big pan of soup, and I thought I'll go and get some French sticks, some baguettes. Now these are the full-length baguettes. And I picked 4 up off the shelf and I thought, better get another one. Now there will be 8 of us here, so that's half a baguette each, and that's not all we're having, you know, there's plenty of other food. One of the 8 is 3. Now she might gnaw down on a bit of bread, but I can't see it getting through more than half a baguette. Now this is stuff that won't get wasted, it'll get used, it can be frozen, it can be used again, you know, I mean, not again, but you know, it will be used, it won't be thrown away. But this is an example of that strange compulsion to have enough in, you know. Oh dear. How strange we all are. So, let's open up some sweeties. Talking of food. From Megan. Oh, hello. Marshmallow Santa. Soft marshmallow covered with Cadbury milk chocolate. Lovely. Thank you, Megan. And the yarn today is sparkle. We do like a bit of sparkle. Been catching up with Barb's daily vlog because I didn't watch anything much this week, and she's had some sparkles and some very pretty colours from Megan, as have I. This is lovely. It's coming up a bit more yellow on my camera screen. Try and shade it a bit. That's more like it. Yes, it's a very sort of soft olivey green, but a very pale version of it with sparkle. So lovely, thank you. I have been trying to watch people's vlogmases. I haven't been commented. Normally on people's podcasts and vlogs I would comment. I haven't been doing that on Vlogmas because I've just been kind of going one to the next to the next. So you'll get a like from me, but if you don't get a comment, please don't feel I'm not watching. I am. So yarn from Barb is Zen Yarn Garden Cherry Time, 100% merino. Oh, got something on the back. Purchased Eagles Sheep Farm in Minnetonka, Ontario. Apologies, I'm probably not reading that properly. But purchased at a farm. Oh, this is a lovely colour. Oh, that's a lovely red. Again, coming up a bit light, bit more towards burgundy. Oh, that's a lovely rich red. Thank you, Barb, that's gorgeous. Oh, goodness me. I keep saying that, that's what I should call my vlogmas. Oh, goodness me. So today the family are arriving, so I've already vacuumed, made soup, got the presents out. We don't open gifts today, but we do exchange them. Because we've got nurses in the family and families have other families, we tend to have this day every year where we exchange gifts so that everyone's got them by Christmas, and then however people are spending Christmas, they can open their gifts at their leisure. So I know, for example, that my eldest sister, she's a nurse, she's working Christmas Day. My niece is a nurse and she's working Christmas night. So, and I grew up in a family of nurses, so, you know, Christmases are sometimes differently scheduled depending on people's work commitments. But thank you to all nurses and all medical staff and all care staff and all the ancillary staff as well, the people who go in and do the catering in hospitals and the cleaning and all of those things. Thank you for keeping us going. And over Christmas, thank you for giving up your time with your families to help other people. It is appreciated. So my lovelies, I will try and take a bit of footage today if I remember, but if not, I'll tell you all about it tomorrow. There's always something to look forward to, isn't there? Hello lovelies, it's Monday. It's blooming cold. I've got my bog coat on and a scarf because I'm freezing, or a cowl rather. How are we all? Hope everyone's okay. Just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been taking part in the December mail. There are loads of posts on there. It's been absolutely brilliant to read. Real good conversations going on, lots of projects, lots of gifts, lots of advent knitting, all the stuff. So thank you, really great. Yesterday the clan gathered, all the family were here, and I'll be honest, I did have a bit of an emotional moment at one point, because there were times earlier this year when I remember standing just in the hallway there thinking, my dad's never going to come to my house again. His mobility was so restricted at that point. He couldn't move one half of his body because of the spinal injury. They thought he'd had a stroke because of the way that his movement was restricted. He couldn't do anything unaided. It was tough for everyone, and I just thought he's never going to come here again because he wouldn't be able to get in the house. You know, it's just the logistical things of getting over the threshold, into the porch, into the hallway, into a chair, you know. But yesterday he was here. We all were, largely thanks to the people who live near him and brought him here. This is quite a good place for the family to meet because we've got family that way, we've got family that way, and this is in the middle. And yeah, he was here. So he was sitting, he didn't want to sit in an armchair because that would be too low. So he was sitting in a dining chair some of the time. We had his wheelchair with him. Later in the day, he was more comfortable in that. But it was just so lovely to have everyone here, including Dad. And I'm sure he's very proud of his 3 daughters. Yeah. We always do our best to make him proud. So yeah, to have him here and great niece, you know, you've got all the generations. Not my nephew in Cornwall, obviously, sadly, but all the people within sort of 2.5 hours of here were together. So it was good fun. Yeah, just loads of food and being stupid, really. It's kind of an average family day for us, so that was all good. That was all good. They all left about 5 because my niece wanted to get home with the great niece so that, you know, she could settle her to bed. Dad was getting very tired, so they left about 5. And after they'd gone, I looked at the clock and thought, I'm sure it was at least 8:30 or 9 o'clock. It was just a busy day, but a fun one, a fun one. So today we have treats from Megan. Oh, classic Milky Bar. It will be interesting to see how this compares because Milky Bar is one of himself's favourites, so I will be sharing this. And lovely, thank you very much. And more sparkle on the yarns. We have a 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina. And this looks like a really pretty, very subtle colour. Oh, that is pretty. Lovely soft grey with a bit of sparkle. Really lovely. And it's soft grey but with darker speckles as well. So it's got that nice sort of variation. So thank you, Megan. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you. Saw a great picture of Megan's son on Facebook on his last day at school. And, you know, I'm in the Northern Hemisphere, so I'm not used to seeing people in summer wear. Even Christmas themed summer wear. But he looked great. Oh, and we have a lovely grey from Barb as well. Gosh, these two would actually go together very well. So this is Loops and Threads, 70% acrylic, 23% rayon from bamboo, 7% polyester, and it's the Drive All Night colourway. I drove all night. So we've got greys, but we've also got lilacs in here and pinks. So some lovely colours in here. So thank you, Barb. Much appreciated. I felt as if I'd made real progress yesterday. There was more sleep knitting going on. I had to do a fair bit of correction on the return rows once I'd woken up a bit. But I have now finished the first sleeve. So I'm about to pick up for the other side and then knit down and down the sleeve. So hopefully we'll be cracking on with that, and I'll show you progress later in the week, which I know I promised last week and then didn't do. So how about I do that now? So here is half a recalibrate. So as you can see, I've made it long sleeved. Now, with all of these colours, I've used them up. And with these long stripes, that's easy to do. This yarn here went into the beginning of the sleeves. Now what I've done with these 3 colours is I have split them, and I will be using the same 3 colours on the other sleeve. Not necessarily the same number of rows, because I will just use them until they've used up, but I just felt, given that it was such a stripy sweater, realistically I was going to end up with practically all of the sleeve in one colour, which wasn't what I wanted. So these 3 colours will also appear in the other sleeve, but when I pick up on the other side, I will be just using the colours as they appeared in day order in full. Now, I said earlier that I had done a tapered front and back piece to give a slightly flared effect. I've also done the same on the side, so it's slightly wider at the bottom than it is at the top of that panel. So here we go, here is how it's progressing, and I am enjoying it very much, so thank you again, Barb. Right, lovelies, got work to do, see you tomorrow, cheers. Hello, lovelies. Now, when I was editing the part of this vlog from Monday, it struck me that I was possibly being a bit insensitive, which is not something I intended. I mean, sometimes I do, but not in this case. When I was talking about having, oh sorry, a bit of a wobbly camera today. When I was talking about that I'd got upset at the thought of, you know, my dad never coming to this house again, and thankfully he was able to come here. It occurred to me, I know of, off the top of my head, 4 people that have lost parents this year, 2 who've lost dads and 2 who've lost mums. And I appreciate that in that situation, you'd want to see them wherever. You wouldn't care that they wouldn't come to your house if you could see them somewhere else. So if what I said came across as insensitive, then I really didn't intend that, and I am sorry. It was just explaining the thought process I'd gone through because of my particular set of circumstances. So if you have lost a parent and this is your first Christmas without them, you are in my thoughts, and I hope that everything goes as well as it can. And that includes taking time for a little cry if that's what you need. Sometimes that's what we need. So I better crack on really, hadn't I? So let's do something Christmassy. There we go. These aren't actually mine. These were a Secret Santa prize that were left here. This. Is it a singular or a plural if you've got to? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so it's now Thursday evening, about 10 o'clock Thursday evening actually. And the week's got away with me somewhat. So let's undo some things and talk about what we've been doing. So Tuesday evening, Tuesday was work during the day. Tuesday evening I had some friends around. We call ourselves the writers because we all met on a writing course. A couple of them do actually write, the rest of us are social members. And there were 9 of us here for dinner, which was great. It would normally be 8, but one of them, one of the members of the group had a friend staying who was with them for a few days, so they asked if he could come along as well. We said absolutely fine. So in terms of cooking, some of them are vegetarian, not everyone, but enough are to make that a good option. And also the extra guest, the guy who was staying with my friend, he's Muslim, and I didn't know how strictly he adhered to halal rules. So, if rules is the right word. So I did vegetarian food. I did a peanut noodle with some rice, some vegetables stir-fried with soy and ginger, and some tofu in sweet chilli sauce. Obviously I did a quick email round just to make sure that nobody within the group is allergic to nuts or soy, because that would have had a major repercussion on my menu choices. It was a very fun night. I mean, this poor guy probably didn't know what had hit him. And one of the group the next day on our WhatsApp chat said, oh yeah, he can come again. He was great fun. Yeah, but he might not want to. But it was good fun. We had a good evening. Very silly. Secret Santa included. This was someone else's prize. They left it here, so I'm wearing it at the moment. I've got a notebook and some pencils. We decided to do a Secret Santa with an upper budget of £5 so that it didn't get silly, basically. Not silly in an expensive way anyway. So that was Tuesday the 19th. So let's look at the 19th's goodies. So from Megan, ooh, Whittaker's Creamy Milk Chocolate. Oh, that's just not focusing. Trust me, it's Whittaker's Creamy Milk Chocolate. Thank you, Megan. And Tuesday's yarn is Sparkle. So, as we've had before, 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina. In, oh, a very pretty selection of kind of dusky pinks. That's really nice. So, thank you, Megan. Thank you. Oh, lovely. And from Barb, the next day I have pulled out is Firefly Fibre Arts, 80/20 merino nylon, Meandering Prairie is the colour name. Oh, that's pretty. Actually, they would go quite well. Maybe not. So, cream with kind of dark reds, oranges, browns. Very nice. Thank you, Barb. Thank you very much. Oh, lovely. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I took a day off because it was a special day. It's Mandy's birthday. So let's say happy birthday, Mandy.
Happy birthday, Mandy.
So being terribly middle-aged, my mate Mandy and I went to garden centres where that little clip was recorded. We were having a cup of coffee and a very nice piece of cake. It was extremely good cake. And we had a look around there, a bit of Christmas footage. I'll put it at the end because it has a few sparkly, twinkly bits, I think. We basically went around garden centres. The next one we went to had a fish, tropical fish and cold water fish area, which Mandy is very fond of. And we met this fella, a very interesting looking fish, very peculiar. Yeah, so we kind of potted around for a few hours. It was lovely. So yes, the old girl is getting older. What have we got here? Oh, that's interesting. Licorice tall sorts. So they're like licorice all sorts, but they're long ones. Thank you, Megan. That's the 20th, by the way, sorry. And, oh, I've got something else to show you from the 20th. So the 20th yarn, sorry, I'm being very dismissive of Mandy's birthday. We had a very nice day together. Well, I did. I mean, she'll tell you it was dreadful and she couldn't wait to get home, but that's kind of how our friendship goes. More stellina from Megan. Oh, she does know me well. Oh, this is pretty as well. All the pretties, all the pretties. So lovely blues. It's coming up looking more sort of grey on the camera screen, but some lovely blues in here with the stellina. Very nice, very nice. And then from Barb, we have Old Oak Yarns, 75/25 merino nylon in the ink smear colourway. So I'm guessing that might be blues as well. Oh, it's darks, it's grey, blacks and greys. So that's very nice as well. Oh, thank you, Bob. These yarns are just an amazing variation on colour. Sorry, sentence construction's gone. It's an amazing variety of colours is what I'm trying to say. Now also Wednesday was knit night and we actually met in person, which we haven't done for some time, but it was knit night Secret Santa as well. And I'm going to show you what I got. So it was all very mysterious. I still actually don't know who this is. Normally you kind of work out who it is, but I still don't know who this is. They can't spell my name, but that's not unusual. So, and as I was with a couple of people called Claire, and they both spell their Claires differently, we were having that conversation because, you know, names and names. So there are two parts to this Secret Santa present. There is a make your own macrame gonk. And all I can say, my mate man, if you're seeing this and laughing, it'll be for your tree next year. And then the next parcel was from Wool and the Gang, but it wasn't wool, because I have two of these, I'm going to call them cones, although they're not on a cone, but two of these bits of yarn, and the yarn is 100% paper. It's Rah Rah Raffia in the powder blue colourway. There's 250 metres per 100 grams. It recommends a 4.5mm crochet hook, which is a US 7. And I'm rather interested to try this. Now, it is a kit. It does come with a pattern. And the pattern is for a tote bag. Is there a picture? Kind of. And there's a picture there. I'm not sure I'm going to make that bag. I think I will make a sort of project bag that stands on its own. Possibly a square based one. Not sure. But certainly interested to try this paper yarn. It feels surprisingly soft. I've had raffia in the past and it's felt quite hard. This feels much softer. In the same way that bamboo feels soft, and you know, those sort of other plant fibres. So yes, it will be very interesting to see how this turns out. So I shall thank my Secret Santa if I ever find out who they are. Thank you to the universe if I don't find out who they are. And that was extremely interesting. So that was Wednesday, which was yesterday. So I'm getting up to date because it's now the 21st. Happy solstice to those who celebrate such things. I think the solstice is actually something like 3 o'clock in the morning in the UK, but it's the longest night tonight, I think. Anywho, it's the 21st, I know that much. So my next sweet treat from Megan. Oh, what have I done today? Work mostly. Had a ceremony earlier and a visit this evening, which is why I'm so late recording. But we have Cadbury Pinky marshmallow and caramel covered in milk chocolate. I feel that we are missing out to New Zealand with the amount of marshmallow available in New Zealand that I can't get here. I'm fond of marshmallow. So that is rather lovely. Thank you, Megan. And yarn-wise from Megan, we have the TY base sock weight, which is the yak, I think, yeah. So that's 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, 10% nylon. And we have here, oh, now that's a lovely colour. It's coming up a little brighter. Actually, it may not be. I mean, I'm in completely artificial light, whereas I normally have some daylight coming in. That is a fabulous colour. Showing brighter on screen than I'm seeing it, but that is just gorgeous in both incarnations. So thank you very much, Megan. That's lovely. Oh, I like that a lot. And then from Barb, we have, sorry, I haven't told you what it is. It is Knit Picks Sock Labs Surefoot Sock in the Darlin colourway. And that is a lovely collection of greys. Again, it's blowing out a little bit. That's better. So grey tonals, variegations on that one. So that actually follows on really nicely from the ink smear. So that little bit of the sweater is going to look coordinated. I'll have to separate those yarns. We can't have that. So thank you, Barb. Thank you, Megan. I'm going to take this off now. Oh. Tomorrow is my last ceremony of the year. Have a burial tomorrow, unusually. I tend to do more cremations than burials. Hopefully that won't mean it's raining. Sometimes it does mean that. And then writing up tomorrow, possibly a bit into Saturday. And then that's me not working until 2nd of January. So I'm looking forward to having a bit of a break and knitting lots and eating all these scrummy sweets. And then I'll go to the dentist in the new year to have this tooth fixed. But anyway, yeah, so that's all up to date now. So apologies that was kind of 3 days in one go. Like I say, the week just kind of got away from me a bit. But I'll see you again tomorrow for the last part of the week. Cheers. Hello, lovelies. Oh, it's Friday. It's a difficult morning, but it'll soon be over and it'll be an easier afternoon. I hope. Oh, I hope everyone's okay. So I'm in my work gear. I'm just recording before I can't. So we're all good. So yeah, so this is the last day of this week's vlog. Obviously I'll be putting one up next week between Christmas and New Year. For those who celebrate, I hope you have the best time. Thank you all so much for watching my ridiculously long vlogs this month and for commenting and all of the stuff. Oh, today's treat from Megan, Whittaker's Almond Gold. So that looks rather good. I wondered if it was going to give me any details, but obviously it's almonds and chocolate, so that works. Oh dear, thank you again, Megan. I mean, it's only the 22nd, there are more days on Advents, but this is the last vlog before Christmas. So I'll show you the remainder next week. And today's yarn from Megan, TY, so again the yak again, sock weight, 70-20-10. And oh, now that's a lovely colour. My mind goes in strange directions because in the camera it looks the colour of school gym knickers. It is a beautiful, there's navy, there's, I'm not sure if it's actually black or greys, but stunning colours. So thank you, Megan. That is just a lovely colour combination there, thank you. And not school gym knickers at all, it's just the way my camera screen shows it. Oh dear, I told you it's been one of those mornings. But and from Barb we have Cascade Yarn Heritage Prints, 75-25 in colourway number 66, which is, oh, fabulously bright. A lovely combination there, so thank you, Barb. And like I say, I'll show you the rest as we go through the rest of the Advent period, but a big thank you to Megan for these lovely treats and to Barb for these yarns, just blown away, so thank you very much. Just having a great time with them. I know I said this last week that things will now calm down a bit, but this morning was my last ceremony of the year, so although I've got writing up to do and preparation for some ceremonies in the new year and obviously admin, because there's always admin, time is less fraught now. So I'm going to do a lot of work this afternoon. May have to do some in the morning, it depends how well I get everything finished today, but then that'll be it until the new year. So I'm looking forward to a bit of a break. Christmas Eve I'm going to see my dad, and Christmas Day he wants to be on his own, so we're going to let him. We'll do a Zoom call with him and with the family. Boxing Day, which I know isn't celebrated everywhere, but it's a public holiday in the UK as well. Normally himself isn't around on Boxing Day because there are lots of football matches and he's normally going to watch one of them. But his team is playing on the 27th, on the Wednesday. So we're both going to be around Boxing Day. Now the other thing that Boxing Day is famous for is sales in the shops. Not going to any of those. At least I hope we're not. I don't want to do shopping. yeah, not doing that. But yeah, hopefully we'll find something nice. Perhaps a nice cup of coffee and watch the world go by. It will depend partly on the weather, and Christmas Day it will. I'm hopeful that if we have a dry Christmas Day, we can get down to the seafront, take the dog for a walk, and just have a bit of kind of fresh air outdoor time. But we'll see. We'll see how things go. So again, massive thank you to you all. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. If you're in a country where it's celebrated, even if it's not your particular festival, enjoy the day off if you're having one. If you're working, thank you. And I'll see you all next week, where there will be the weekly vlog, and also the month-end podcast will go up next Saturday, which is the 30th, I think. So take care, everyone. Thank you so much for all your time and all your comments and all your thoughts. And all the very best to you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.